Let me tell you a story that might sound familiar. Last Saturday morning, Carly, a bright and spirited 10-year-old, was chatting on the phone with her best friend about an upcoming birthday party. Her mom walked into the kitchen and reminded her politely at first that it was time to clean her room. That's their Saturday rule. Carly frowned. She didn't want to stop her conversation. She pushed back. Her mom insisted. Carly raised her voice. Her mom threatened consequences. The conversation escalated fast. Within minutes, Carly was yelling, her mom was yelling, the phone was slammed down, and the bedroom door was slammed shut. No one won. Everyone felt hurt. Now, this wasn't a dramatic or unusual moment. It wasn't abuse. It wasn't neglect. It was a very common power struggle, one that plays out in kitchens and living rooms every day. And that's exactly why we need to talk about it. 1. Power struggles are inevitable and necessary for growth. Power struggles between parents and children are normal. They begin as early as when a child starts crawling and exploring the world. Behavioral boundaries start to appear. Don't touch the stove. Don't pull the dog's tail. Put away your toys. Do your homework. Put on pajamas, and so on. None of us likes being overly restricted, Devin, when it's for our own good. The nature of power struggles evolves with age, but they continue in some form until the child grows up and leaves home. These struggles often intensify when children begin to develop a sense of independence. This varies by age and maturity, but the themes are consistent. A 2-year-old going through the terrible twos is asserting physical independence and exploring the world. They discover freedom of movement, decision-making, emotional expression, and above all, the realization that they are a separate individual. Teenagers face a different set of challenges. Their quest for psychological independence creates a battlefield of rules, boundaries, freedoms, responsibilities, and privileges. As children seek more independence, parents see more risks and feel the need for tighter control. It's no surprise that disagreements and emotional flare-ups occur. The level of conflict depends not only on the child's temperament, but also on how parents handle the issue of independence. Parents are rarely as powerless as they think, but they must assert themselves in constructive ways, preventing conflict rather than fueling it. These challenging phases will test your patience to the limit, but they also reveal how strong you are as a parent. Your flexibility, consistency, empathy, respect, and understanding. If you navigate them well, your relationship with your child will grow stronger. If not, the bond may fracture, and your child may drift away, or worse, you may lose them. 2. Common mistakes and their consequences. Children lack the maturity to make major decisions or avoid danger, so parents must provide structure, planning, and discipline. But this often leads to frustration, especially when children feel they should have more freedom than they actually do. Power struggles are normal, but that doesn't make them easy. The risks become more serious as children grow. Drugs, sex, pregnancy, and illegal behavior. Common mistakes parents make. Expecting children to behave rationally like adults. Adults like to think we respond to conflict logically, but children often react emotionally. They can be stubborn, irrational, and overly dramatic. Parents may wonder, why doesn't my child understand? Why are they so defiant? But the truth is, a child's brain isn't fully developed to process emotions and logic like an adult's. Expecting them to act like grown-ups is a common mistake. Adults respond to problems and conflicts in life with logic and reason. Or at least we like to think we do. On the other hand, children often act based on emotion rather than reason. They can be extremely stubborn, defy all logic, and overreact to a situation. This can be very frustrating and confusing for many parents, who wonder why their child doesn't understand or respect the logic behind a rule or request. Children know that homework needs to be done, and they know the rule is to study for an hour after dinner. So why do they make a fuss about sitting down and starting their homework? She's just trying to provoke me. A parent might conclude, or he just loves to argue with me. But the truth is that a child's brain is not yet fully developed to process emotions and logic like an adult's. And expecting them to behave like a grown-up is a common mistake. Acting like a child getting pulled into the fight unconsciously. This is when parents respond emotionally, reacting instead of responding. When a child behaves irrationally, gets angry, or lashes out for no reason, parents often get angry, argue, or try to control the situation with authority. But if parents overreact and treat the child's behavior as a personal challenge, they themselves are acting like a child. And when two children fight, no one wins. Taking a child's resistance too seriously, seeing it as a personal attack, or reacting emotionally to it will never be helpful. Treating unpleasant behavior as personal, overreacting emotionally, and arguing about it will cause parents to behave like children. Inconsistent boundaries and giving in. Another way parents can make power struggles worse is by giving in to their children. Parents who haven't learned how to say no and truly mean it will find themselves in constant battles with their kids, simply because the kids have learned that arguing works. If children see that they can pressure you into giving in to their demands, they'll test you at every opportunity. Don't give in if you're making the best decision for your child, or enforcing a rule that's already been agreed upon, if your child throws a tantrum about it. Don't let them escape responsibility. Letting your child bully or pressure you into going against your better judgment is never what's best for them. Parents who are inconsistent and allow their child to win, even occasionally, are setting themselves up for a long-term struggle. What the child learns from inconsistent parenting is that bullying, pressuring, or making a scene can be effective, and that's enough to make a heated conflict worth it in their eyes. Children can be incredibly persistent if they believe they have a chance of getting what they want, as all parents learn at some point. Using inappropriate forms of punishment. Parents or other adults who try to bully children through direct confrontation are setting themselves up for failure. It's like waving a red flag in front of a charging bull, as Dr. Silberman and Whelan clearly stated in their book, Discipline Without Guilt. Nothing spikes adrenaline in strong-willed children more than being invited into a fight by an adult. Nothing accelerates a power struggle faster than a parent losing their temper and trying to become a controlling authoritarian. Arguing is a power struggle where no one wins. A child may be forced to comply with a parent's demand, but that doesn't mean they agree with the parent's reasoning, feel the parent is being fair, or feel understood and respected. Being yelled at and criticized damages a child's self-esteem, sense of dignity, and long-term willingness to cooperate. 3. Consequences of these mistakes. Damaged relationships. Children feel misunderstood, disrespected, and disconnected from their parents. Loss of parental authority. When parents lose control, children lose trust in their leadership. Stress for the child. Living in constant conflict creates anxiety and insecurity. Rebellion and risky behavior. Children may seek control through defiance, substance use, or illegal actions. Built-up resentment. Every harsh reaction adds another layer of anger and emotional distance. Escalation instead of resolution. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. Conflict explodes instead of calming down. 4. Positive strategies. How to parent without power struggles. Power struggles can't be avoided entirely, but they can be minimized with thoughtful strategies. Here are the core principles. Anticipate conflict. Set expectations before the situation arises. Example, when my friend comes over, I expect you to say hello and keep your voice down. Preparation helps children understand their role and avoid surprise reactions. Set clear, simple, and enforceable rules. Don't create rules you can't uphold, and don't fight battles you can't win. Examples. Put away toys before watching TV. Ask permission before taking food. Take turns with video games. Curfew times. Car usage rules. Approved beverages and exceptions. The clearer the rules, the fewer the conflicts. Stay calm and firm. Don't argue or yell. Enforce rules as a guide, not a controller. Your calmness teaches emotional regulation and builds trust. Teach communication skills. Children need to express disagreement respectfully. If they lack social skills, teach them don't criticize. Example, instead of yelling no, I can say I don't like that. Can we talk about it? Praise positive behavior. Recognize when your child cooperates takes responsibility, or handles conflict calmly. Timely praise reinforces good habits and builds self-esteem. Model emotional regulation. Children learn from how you handle conflict. If you stay calm, they learn to do the same. You're not just teaching, you're demonstrating. Have a plan for broken rules. If your child breaks curfew, uses foul language, or comes home intoxicated, respond clearly, consistently, and without losing control. React like an adult, not an opponent. If conflict becomes chronic, or your child shows signs of frequent anger, self-harm, or destructive behavior, it's time to seek professional help. Family therapy or individual counseling can help untangle emotional knots and rebuild connection. Before we end, let me share a different version of Carly's story. It's still Saturday morning. Carly is still on the phone with her best friend, excited about the party. Her mom walks in and says, "Carly, it's time to clean your room." Carly pushes back, frustrated. But instead of escalating, her mom responds calmly, "You know the rule, sweetie. Rooms need to be cleaned by noon. If it's not done, there'll be a consequence." Carly protests again. Her mom doesn't argue. She simply repeats the expectation and walks away. Carly grumbles, complains to her friend, and hangs up. But she starts cleaning without yelling, without slamming doors, without tears. Same child, same rule, different outcome. So let me ask you, which version of Carly's story feels more familiar to you, and which one would you rather live in?